What's poppin', YouTube? SimBeats1 here. Hurricane Irene is coming through, and the state of New York is in a state of emergency, and a lot of the coast is being evacuated. I'm not too sure whether I should evacuate or not yet. My area is a flood zone, and it is a red zone area where it's the highest risk. So their Mayor Bloomberg has announced a mandatory evacuation, which means you better get your ass out. A lot of people not leaving. A lot of people debating whether to go or not. I've gotten a couple things ready. I put some tape on the some duct tape on the windows just in case it cracks to help it from shattering. A couple stuff that I have in the crawl space. I put it in bags. If it gets destroyed, it gets destroyed, but it's not, it's not of that much value, so we're good. Moving all the electronics up. If I do decide to stay in Far Rockaway, which is the area that I'm at in one of the red zone areas, I'm most likely going to take the whole system out of my car, pack it up, bring it back up here to high levels, and find a place to park my car where it won't be as bad as far as the flooding goes, and as far away from the beach as I possibly can. If I decide to leave, my family and I decide that the best thing for us to do is to leave. We'll leave tomorrow, and I'm still taking the system out. But the only reason I'm taking it out is because let's say I leave my car and it's under a tree and it knocks the tree down and the tree comes and hits everything and breaks everything else. My car, of course, nobody wants a crushed car, but if I can save something, I'll try to save my system as best as possible. I'll tell you that much. So my problem is I'm a bit worried because I have family in the same area who are not planning on leaving at all. They're more worried about their own property and perhaps losing things to thieves who, this is a rough neighborhood, so I wouldn't doubt it that people would try to get into other people's homes knowing that there won't be police around because the area will be evacuated. A lot of people are going to ride it out, and a lot of people aren't scared or just think it's going to be not too much of a big deal as far as the hurricane being a Category 1 when it hits New York. But it's frustrating to me because I would like to have all my family safe and sound, and if I can protect them, I feel like they'll be okay. But when I can't protect or be there, it worries me because once it comes, it's here, and it's gonna be bad. And there's already a couple of areas that I know that flood easily when it comes to rain and storms, and getting a car through it would be, that's it. My alternator's at the bottom of the car, so if that ever gets wet, it's over. That's done. So I'm more precautious of that. My mother seems to think that it won't be as bad, but she doesn't want to hear "I told you so" later. I mean, what do you guys think? 6 to 12 inches of rain, just rain. But then the tide is coming up, and it's coming up pretty fast. I was at the beach earlier, and it is coming up stronger. Now I'm about a couple hundred feet away from it. If it tends to come down my block, the worst case scenario is that I'll be flooded in for a few days. The bad case scenario is that power cables and stuff can cause a fire, it can be a death trap. You know what I mean? You could be here stuck. I mean, I live in a 3-story house, so I don't think that it'll be that severe where everything is going to get flooded. But you don't know with these things. I mean, it can go wrong. I mean, it's supposed to die out by the time it gets here and start dying and be like the least catastrophic, but it's still going to be a pretty big impact. I mean, I'm just worried about the safety of the people who are going to stay, and especially that these people are my family. If I can get them to come with me, I would. if I had an extra place to bring them, I would. But when it comes to my family, everything's up and down. Everyone's all over. Everyone's more independent, and some people have, you know, more help from other side of the family than others, and that's why I worry, because I want my whole family to be safe. And this part of the side of the family is a great deal to me. And if I were to leave my area to be somewhere safe, knowing that they're here, I would feel like I would abandon them. And if anything should happen, I don't know how I would feel about it. And everyone's telling me to relax, to not have such an attitude or not be so uptight, but it's something that does scare and bother me. Like, I would feel like I would abandon them if anything happens to them. I'll be somewhere safe, and they're right in the middle. I know they want to save their property, and they want to stay with their home, but it sucks. If I had enough money, I would bring them all and be like, we're out, but it doesn't work that way, and especially if they don't want to go, I can't force anybody to go either. So I just, hope for the best for my family, and as well as anyone else's family who is gonna stay or is gonna be in the situation. A big part of me wants to stay because I kind of want to get all the good footage and put it up on YouTube and show the flood and everything, the storm when it happens, because it's not gonna be nothing pretty. It's gonna be something serious. But I also don't want to be here in case it gets really bad, But I don't think, in order for it to hit hard, it would have to be over 10 feet in order to actually enter my house, or be that deep enough to actually cause some damage in my first apartment. I have a second apartment upstairs that my sister's in, and we could all hide out there, just stay away from the windows and all this stuff. But we're right on the coast. Like, do you think that's safe enough? Like, it's very, and my house is not like just a single house. It's like a building with individual houses, so we're right in the middle. So that helps from, both ends of the wind. Just, it won't hit us too bad, I don't believe. But if we're flooded in here for a while, and like I said, it could be a death trap. But I just, I don't know what you guys think. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll be figuring out what I'm gonna do. And yeah, just keep on the footage from there. And from wherever I am at, I'm gonna be taking video, and get a good shots of everything, because I want to catch video, but I want to be safe too, and I want my family to be safe. My immediate plus my other relatives, that see what happens. But I guess first things first. You're your first family, and then everything else comes afterwards. Like I said, my family's tight over there, and they won't abandon each other. So I just hope they do the right thing and just leave. Just better be safe than sorry, I hope. So, well, see what you guys think. Probably be the last video I post up until all this shit is done, and then figure out what's going on. So everybody who's on the coast, be safe. Hopefully everybody from where the storm already hit get a speedy recovery. Hopefully everyone was safe and survived from it. And we'll see how New York does. Alright? Sin Beast 1. I'm out.